Welcome to another Baka commentary video. In this video will be me talking and analysis of the Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. And basically what my view and what I think is causing the problem of a lot of these Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 problems. So, you likely have seen the reviews of the new Intel Core Ultra Gen 2, and the reception of the CPU isn't great, as a lot of reviewers found it had less performance than the SKU that they're replacing, as well as it required using really expensive high-speed DDR5, which right now isn't really widely available on the DIY PC market and even pre-builts. And as well as a lot of the features Intel has promised us when they revealed this Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 did not come into fruition with the Intel Core Ultra launch. As you know, motherboard vendors that were like, hey, we're gonna have support CAM2 modules. It isn't even on the market. Those RAM, not on the market. Those motherboard, not on the market. The only thing that did eventually happen, that did eventually launch, kind of, is the Intel, is those, CU DIMMs. However, from where I am, Oceania, I do not see any CU DIMMs being available on the market. All I can find is the traditional, standard DDR5 DIMM, which is kind of not the greatest for this new Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. As Intel has advertised Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 requiring the CAM2 for the absolute lowest latency and the fastest speed with the traditional DIMM layout, or you use the CU DIMM, which gets you a lot of speed, but not as high, but a lot more affordable. And basically, Intel really wanted you, the people who buy Core Ultra, to buy CU DIMMs or to buy the expensive CAM2 modules that have really, really low latency. Now, on to my analysis of the Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. What the problem is what, again, if you're unaware, Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 changed the way the CPU is assembled and used. Intel Core Gen 2, the P core and E cores are no longer on a one single die and it's dedicated silicon. So now we have the P cores will be on its own dedicated silicon, and the E core is now on its own dedicated silicon. On top of, Intel has swapped the core layout around in a way, instead of having P cores first, it now has since the E core is now on its own chiplet, and Intel is really banging on the part about efficiency, they have now made E cores the priority cores, first type of cores to be used in the Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. And this has resulted in, well, it needed new Windows scheduler and on top of having a new schedule on CPU silicon scheduler to try and help get programs to be functional with this Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. This, as a result of this drastic change of architecture or the way that the CPU is assembled, again, just like when 12th Gen first came out, a lot of programs just did not like the new CPU design, and a lot of crashing and a lot of program Intel had to work with their AIBs, well, the board vendors, to try and fix this Intel Core Ultra stability issue. And yeah, this is what I think is where the core of the Intel compatibility of the Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 has occurred. The scheduler is kind of, well, they couldn't make it in time because they rushed it, and as well as, well, Intel, because they really, really wanted to chase efficiency, they try and force this down the road, even though that program in question should not be ran on the Intel E cores and should be ran on the P core, which, again. Anyway, that's now on for a TLDR of this video. Intel Core Ultra Gen 2. It launched an immature platform. It launched with a lot of promises. It launched and has rushed the launch because they needed this out before the competitors are gonna crush them. And as we can see from the review, it got crushed with the previous 7,000 series and even 9,000 series barely keeping up the 7,000 series, and the AMD 9,000 series just basically wrecked them. And yeah, it's a CPU that Intel has sold us. Hey, here's a roadmap. Trust us, we will buy it. We will do it for you. We will have it eventually down the road, when by the time we stop supporting this Intel Core Ultra Gen 2 and not on launch. Anyway, guys, that brings the end to another Baka commentary. If you like the video, do the typical like, share, subscribe, or even comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.